MIYETTI cattle breeders hand over 11 bandits among its members to police in Taraba. The suspects were handed over to the Taraba State Police Commissioner Abimbola Sokoya at Maraban Kunini on Sunday. The leadership of MIYETTI Cattle Breeders Association MACBAN has handed over 11 suspected bandits to the police. The chairman of MACBAN in the state, Sir Habit Okur, said this was done in response to pledge made before the Emir of Muri Alhaji Abbas Tafida and State Commissioner of Police that they would expose criminal elements among them. He said committee members drawn from all the Fulani clans in the state would work along with the police and other security agents in the 16 local government areas of the state to fish out kidnappers and other criminals. The police commissioner commended the Fulani for their resolve to address kidnapping and other crimes being perpetrated by bad eggs among them. He also called for collaboration effort between Adamawa, Benue and Taraba states in tackling kidnapping and other criminal activities. He assured the Fulani of his command's support in their efforts to weed out criminal elements among them. Less than 2 weeks after the Emir of Muri in Taraba State, Abbas Tafida, issued a 30-day ultimatum for cattle herders to vacate forests in the state or be flushed out, the state chapter of MIYETTI promised to fish out the bad eggs among them. The state chairman, Sahabi Mahmoud, said its leaders had resolved to crush the criminal elements among them. Those who repent would be documented, while those that refuse to repent and stop kidnapping and other crimes would equally be handed over to security agents to face the appropriate laws of the land. We have agreed not to harbor criminals, even if they are our biological children. And we have sworn an oath to expose their sponsors no matter their standing in society, the communique released by Mahmoud stated. This was absolutely irrelevant. It is very much irrelevant because this is MIYETTI we're talking about, a very inconsistent group that has come out to say very inconsistent things. They're never really, it's a different thing. It's like choose one side. It's never really you're on this side, on that side. They're just everywhere. This is a group that has defended bandits before, a group that has supported integration. What is the logic with trying to make people confess, and then if those that do not confess and repent, you're like, what kind of system is that? Absolutely inefficient. And what that does is to breed more criminals among you, and then they can just decide, you know what, let me just repent, and you document them, and that is it. And that is what you're planning to do, planning to destroy your own community. What is the logic behind that? There is nothing. So again, it's like the people, what are they planning to do in Taraba? What are the Taraba people planning to do? Because the police is not there. MIYETTI is definitely not they're not acting in their best interest, and hopefully they see that. I don't know what experience would allow them to see that, but they need to see that, because all this is just talk, and it's just like how you can just say so much without saying anything. And that's just what has happened here. What does this prove? This doesn't do anything, because I don't know, it's why should you be trusted? That is the real question. Why should Nigerians trust that you're actually bringing in criminals and you're going to make them face the wrath of the law? Yes. Somebody here says people are believing in this game plan. All the Boko Haram surrender herdsmen handed over are all scripted for 2023 election. When election is coming close, miracle happens in Nigeria. Do not be fooled. Yeah, I mean, again, it's I don't know what would happen to Nigeria. I don't think Nigeria is at a point where I don't even know what is going on in Nigeria, because you're saying all these are for scripts, but then it's just like the country has been bad. Like, at this point, we ought to know the game of the government. We do know the game of the government, but it's those that are willing to see it. And to be honest, it's like, is it worth looking into that? I mean, you can do both, definitely, but I don't know. It's a lot. What do Nigerians do right now? Because Nigerians do not care. Like, they care about themselves only, as they should, but as a whole, they really do, because there's no point. Nigeria is so irretrievably damaged. It's just like, we're talking, okay, unity. That's literally like foundation unity. We're so disunited. Is that how you say it? We're so divided. We're just not it. everything is just bad. Everything is just, there's literally no hope. Everyone's trying to leave the country. Everyone's trying to escape the country before things get worse. The economy is just plummeting. They have signed the petroleum industry bill, and of course, those that are in power now, of course, that is literally their ticket to cushion themselves as they gradually waltz out of office, and of course, the life that they have after office. Very, very sad. MIYETTI should be proscribed as a terrorist group as Boko Haram without hesitation. Yeah, in your dreams. They are calculating ahead in order to reconcile with the next incoming southern government because the criminal reign supported by Buhari is coming to an end. Next year is for a campaign nationwide. And everything's about, we're literally going to watch everything repeat itself again for another 4 years. It's like, what would make 2023 different? I don't think anything's going to make it different. It's literally just like, yeah, I don't think anything's gonna make 2023 different. Election time, people are speculating all these MIYETTI, whatever strategies they're doing is for that, but then it's just like, realistically, what is going to change? Nothing will happen, and 2023 will come, and we're all gonna get frustrated and be like, oh my days, what is going on in this country? Very sad. And it's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate because all things aside, Nigeria is meant to be a powerful country in Africa. Like, we all know with the potential, but it is tiring of hearing potential and Nigeria. Personally, I'm tired as a Nigerian, as a lot of Nigerians. They every Nigerian would have a moment in their Nigerian life where they just give up. Everyone did. You got to a point we just gave up because there was literally no point. There's literally no point. It's sad. The change that we're looking for, we basically not even see in our lifetime. Let's be realistic. So everything's about to repeat itself. 2023. We're gonna have a worse government. We're gonna have the privileged amongst everyone that's gonna do better. There are gonna be some that are gonna just use everything that they can, and last minute they make it. Some still gonna suffer. With the way the Nigerian system is set up, there are people that are just going to suffer, and it's such harsh realities that we've just got to get our grips with. Long term, what do we do? What identity do we go by? We don't know, but 2023 is very close, and I don't see any change happening, any dramatic change happening. Yeah, where do we start from? I think for us to even start dismantling the country or try to go for self-determination, Nigerians need to know the truth about everything. If anything, at least from 1960 till now. All the documents, everything. Nigerians need to know the truth. Nigerians need to start asking the right questions if they want change. That's what I think. Apart from that, look at the demography. People are suffering. There's no way we can have conversations like this when people cannot eat. They cannot sleep. They have no clothes, no shelter. It all becomes very much complex. It's very complex. We have like the extremes in the country. We have the highest of the extremes where everything is okay for a very tiny percentage, and then the other end of the spectrum where people are in abject poverty, which is a very huge chunk of the population. Sad, harsh realities. But what I think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.